Hello, divas, diamonds, and dolls. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Femininity with Momma Gail. Today, let's have a little conversation about how Momma Gail got started on this feminine journey. All my life, I grew up in the tri state area, in projects, and I didn't see or ever hear or even know about anything called femininity. We were taught survival skills. You fight, you use what you have to get what you want. You protected what it is that you have, and you fight to keep what you have. So, being a product of my environment, and I'm not using that as an excuse, but I fit in and fit the bill of where I was growing up, what I knew, what I had learned. I was not a book reader, so I did not adventure and look outside of where I was. I grew up having to run and having to fight and having to, survive. So growing up, I used what I had to get what I wanted. Even in masculine energy, I flowed in masculine energy. I had to defend myself. I was angry about a lot of things, about life, about the things that happened to me. I was angry about the things that I saw growing up. I was angry about things that happened to my mom that I had no control over. I was angry about so many things. I had to learn how to take that negativity and heal from it in order to walk in this femininity. And this is why I am so adamant about young ladies, you working on more than just your outer appearance, getting your hair and your nails and your lashes and things of that nature done, because we need inner healing. There are things that if we don't deal with, there is no radiance, no aura that's going to come out of us. And it wasn't until I was fully grown, married, and realized that this life that I'm living, I don't like it. And it's not working for me. Mama and them was wrong. All of the survival skills that they taught me, there has to be a better way. So, according to my faith, I began to pray and ask God, there has to be more. There has to be a better way. Show me and teach me. And he would bring people into my life, into my surroundings, that I would watch and see that they were living life differently. They were dressing up, not only on the outside, but they were sweet. They were soft spoken on the inside. And this wasn't until I was fully grown. I got married. I took the anger, the rage, and the things of that nature into my marriage. And I began to want to spontaneously combust, just blow up with anger and rage, and not allowing somebody to treat me any kind of way. But walking in a feminine journey, you have to be vulnerable. So I needed to get rid of this husband that I had chosen, and I decided that I'm going to change. I'm going to be better. I want more for my life, and it's up to me to make the change. So after my divorce, my life spiraled downhill. I ended up homeless. I ended up jobless. I ended up with nothing, living in my friend's basement, a room in her basement. And I stayed there and worked on myself and prayed. The little clothes that I had, they were all masculine clothing, or they were hoochie clothing. They were not ladylike attire. So in my growing into femininity decision that I made, it wasn't easy. I had to really work on me and fight against the masculine energy, fight against what I've always known and what I've always done. Fight against being angry, learning how to be soft, learning not to speak everything that comes to my mind, learning not to defend myself. And as I began to suppress the masculine, the feminine began to rise up. And I saw change in the way people treat me, change in the way the gentlemen greet me, change in the way that, people speak to me. They see a lady when they see me. But it took a lot of work, hard work, tears, pain, fears. I can't let them get away with that. I have to cuss her out. I have to clap back. I can't let them get away with that. But once you work on dealing with and healing from the inside, a radiant light, a radiance begins to illuminate out of you. That feminine energy, you become a whole. You love yourself. You see your value. You see your worth. You know that you are more, that you are better. Not better than anybody else, but you're a better person because of who you have become. You love yourself. You appreciate yourself. Your security goes up. You're not insecure about anything or anyone. You are confident when you work on the inner you. Now, mind you, I told you I was homeless. I didn't have anything. I had no job. When I did get a job, I began to go to the thrift stores and buy clothing. And I would go with one of my girlfriends, and she would be like, why are you spending that much money at a thrift store on this certain type of dress? The thrift store had dresses that usually would be $100, $200, $300 dresses with the tag still on them, and I paid $40 for the dress. And I began to continue to do that and buy little things from the thrift store. One of my cousins sells paparazzi, and it's a $5 jewelry where you can buy things that look expensive if you buy the right stuff. So I began to collect and buy pearls and things of that nature to change my appearance, to change my image of who I was on the outer, because I had worked on changing my image on the inner, how I see myself, how I represent myself. So these little cheap things that I did, I impart to you. If you are thinking about walking this feminine walk, work on yourself. Don't just dress yourself up on the outside. And if you can afford to buy the clothing that you need to buy to change, then do so. Change your wardrobe. If you have to go to a thrift store, wash them clothes up, get dressed, feel good about you, even if you are in the house. Get dressed. Build your self-esteem, your self-image up. Build you up and become a better you. Work on you and do what you need to do. And if you can't afford, don't let anybody tell you that you can't go to a rainbow shop or somewhere of that nature and buy clothing that's going to fit you nicely. Not hoochie clothing. But you can start right where you are. Once you heal from the inside and work on you from the inside, it's no problem dressing up on the outside. Just change your mindset. Be a lady. Become feminine. Don't just look feminine. Don't just act feminine and dress feminine. Work on you from the core so that the radiance, the beauty, the inner beauty will reflect out of you in such a way that masculine men with their masculine energy are drawn to the feminine energy in you. Work on you. Become someone different, who you want to be. It's not that hard. You just have to do the work. Make the decision to become and be. This is Femininity with Momma Gail. Have a blessed and prosperous day, divas, diamonds, and dolls.